Well, hi Libra. Thank you to my new channel. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is a general reading for you for the new moon for June 10th, 2021. So these cards here, these two decks have chosen to come forward for your reading today, and we'll see if we want more decks after that. So I'll just start here getting the cards out, seeing who wants to come forward. In the meantime, we'll just talk a little bit about, new moon, and it's also a solar eclipse on June 10th. It's also, we're still in Mercury retrograde, and apparently we're experiencing something called square Neptune. Now, I am not an astrologer or astronomer of any kind, and so to me that means little, but I did look it up for you, and so I discovered that the experts say that this time, because of all these combined energies, that we're prone to some mental confusion. And so we're also easily deceived right now. So our communications tend to be disrupted. So that's courtesy of Mercury retrograde, of course. Most of us are probably familiar with that. And so, that is the technology communication. It's also the spoken word or written word or any other type of communication. So it's a time to be really, really diligent, especially anything that's of a legal nature or, contracts, deals, those kinds of things. Be really, really diligent. It doesn't mean you can't start something. It means you need to be so cautious while getting it all set up. It's also a time to be absolutely, completely, scrupulously honest in all your dealings so that others are less likely to misunderstand you, right? In general, though, a new moon and an eclipse are really good time for a fresh start, for a new beginning of some type. So it's a time then to question your old habits, your old behaviors, and these things reset your world and help you make inner progress. So that this is a good time then to stay open-minded, to be really patient, and to be flexible. Okay, so that's the basic message, from astrologers and astronomers. I know there's a lot more to it. That's just the bare bones. Okay, so this is for Libra. And as I said, it's a general reading, so not everything will resonate with you, with every single one of you. So take what does resonate and leave the rest. So let's see what came out here in your cards. Okay. So who is it that you've been thinking of, who is someone that you loved very much, who has passed over to the other realm, the next realm? They've transitioned. Whoever pops in your mind first, that's who it is. And so this message is from that person, and they say that they are happy, and there's nothing about them that needs any worry. Everything, that did conspire here on earth is over, is finished. They're transitioned. They're doing their work over there. They're totally fine. They are also observing how you're doing, and they're wishing, only good things. They love you very, very much. So, because it's a general reading, they're really not giving me any more specific message, but they're your guardian angels. So this is who we're talking to, is your guardian angels. And there are lots of them because there are lots of you. And then they're talking to my angels and giving me the messages. And I just blurt them out. I don't interpret or try to know what it means for each of you. So the angels are collectively saying that this is, so whoever came to your mind first when they said a loved one who has passed, who has transitioned, then that's who it is you're thinking about. I'm feeling mostly feminine energy, but for some of you, it would be someone who was masculine in life. And so these people who have passed, well, certainly they wish you well and they love you and they watch over you a little bit. They are not the same as your guardian angels. Your guardian angels have never been human. Therefore, they have no ego. They have no judgment. There's, in your eyes, in their eyes, you can do no wrong. And so someone who has been human. Sorry, Libra, I had to go and get a drink of water to clear that allergy stuff from my throat, so I apologize. I'll try my best to put the recording together properly so there's not much for glitch. It's not my area of expertise. Okay, so let's continue. Let's finish your message here from your deceased loved one. So they are saying that, so your guardian angels are saying that your loved ones, because they have been human, they do have some ego and some judgment left. So anything you hear from them is likely to be still in their same, personality, things that they would have said and thought while they were living. So that's the difference between your ancestors and your guardian angels. Either way, know that you are completely loved by both, right? Okay. So children are a really key part of this reading. Look at those little beauties. Aren't they sweet? They're adorable. And so for some of you, of course, this is talking about your children. They are influencing your world, and it's up to you to make sure that, or to allow, I guess, to allow that influence to be a positive thing. So, for some of you, I'm seeing and feeling that, maybe you get impatient sometimes with the children and things like that. We are human, oh my gosh. And so stop beating yourself up over that. The thing to do, though, is to learn from it, right? So then when you catch yourself wanting to be impatient and wanting to snap at them and wanting to be, wanting them to know more than they currently do or could, then just, take a step back, take a breath, go have a drink of water, and then come back and be patient. Just be patient. You will never regret being patient. That's one of my friends said that one time, and that really, really has stuck with me. And so, so the more you can be easy with those little people. And so this is whether these are your children or somebody else's or the neighborhood kids or, whatever the case may be. Some of your teachers, they're showing me teachers. So no matter what that is, rein in your own whatever's going on with you, because you never know what impact you have on those children. So trying to keep it in mind what your impact potentially could be, and so keeping your patience and answering carefully, So that's a key part of your reading. So it's kind of funny because these cards, they're each of them is almost a different topic. Usually they all kind of flow together. These are separate. So you have a lot of different things all going on at once. It feels like your energy is really fractured, that you're trying to pay attention to all these different things, and it's not working very well some of the time. Some of the time you can hold all those balls in the air and feel like you're doing okay. But then some of the time it's like, oh my gosh, do I do that? And squirrel, So it's time to kind of just, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and realize that you always have support. And lots of it. Like, look at how many there are around supporting you. So this is definitely talking about your guardian angels. And to access the actual assistance from them, you have to ask. That's kind of a basic rule almost of having guardian angels and getting assistance from them. You have to ask. It's also people in your physical world. Now, again, it works best if you do ask, because they're not mind readers, you know. Some of them are aware, you know, that things are kind of, you got a lot on the go and whatever else. But if you don't say, hey, I could really use a hand with this, they don't know that. And be very specific. I'm being told, be very specific when you're asking for help. I need help with this. If you could accomplish, you know, specifically this, you know, you want to be careful. You don't want to say, do it exactly in this way. You know, the way they accomplish it is irrelevant, as long as they do. You know, say, for example, it's your spouse or, you know, your partner, and you need help with making sure the kids are, you know, taken somewhere or picked up from somewhere or whatever, however that situation is. Be specific and say, so-and-so needs to get here at this time, and I just can't make that work. How about you? Let's figure it out together, right? But it's not up to you to say, take this car and do this and blah, 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 and make sure you have so-and-so with you and whatever. Trust them to accomplish it. Just say what the end result needs to be, right? Your partner is not stupid, and it doesn't help to give too specific instructions in that way, because then they just feel like you don't trust them. So just say, you know, this is what needs to get done, and let them accomplish it. And then, you know, it helps in all ways, because then you can relax in the future knowing that it's going to get done. And so on to the next point that your angels are pointing out to me. When they do that, you know, that task, whatever it is, if the outcome is slightly different than how you would have done it, it's okay. Just relax about that. It doesn't have to be exactly how you would have done it. As long as it gets done and everybody's safe, you know, it's all good. It's all good. So this is turning into kind of a, you know, a relinquishing of control of all the nitty-gritty details, right? And so you as a human being do not need to keep control of all those itty-bitty details. It's okay. Things will happen anyway. And the less invested you are in how that happened and each little detail, the happier you will be. Because things are bound to get done in a different way when somebody else is doing them. It's okay, as long as they get done, who cares how they did it, right? So, yeah, so for some of you, this is going to be a challenge, right? But you can do it, and you have all the support, you have all your angels, you have lots of people around you. So this is not only spouse, this is extended family, this is friends. I'm seeing it also in terms of, you know, classrooms. So this is not just teachers, but this is parents, and who, you know, it's end of school year maybe, or there's activities going on at school or things like that. There are other parents there as well involved in the same thing. And so it's perfectly fine for you to be able to rely on other parents to also get this done. They're showing me also your friends, your personal friends. And, you know, having a social event with those friends. I know in some areas COVID is still very restricted and things like that. So obviously you have to adapt to however that looks. But you still have people. You are not alone. Even though, you know, some of us, we feel kind of isolated right now, there are telephones. Are other messaging ways. There are video calls, things like that, right? Use those things. Use those things to access your support. That is totally fine. So all those things that you're trying to do and you're trying to juggle, what exactly do you want? What do you want? So sometimes it'll help to have a pen and paper handy. Write down all your goals. What exactly do you want? And, you know, fill it out. Fill it out. Finish the whole picture and see what it looks like. and who's in it, and whatever it is that you want, you need to think it up. You need to invent it, and be really quite specific with what exactly you want in there. And so the more positive your thoughts stay with that, the more momentum that can gain. And then that has no choice but to come to you, right? This is using the law of attraction at its finest. And so if it's your desire to get more and more support with different things, then manifest that. Picture that happening in a really great way, so that everybody's happy. Okay, so they're showing me a picture of a whole group of people who worked together to accomplish something, and they're all smiling. So it worked. It worked. This is awesome. So, and this is not just any one little project, so this is life in general. And this is the spirit of cooperation is what's really coming to me. So, spirit of cooperation. Okay. So this is, now we're kind of back to that, taking a step back and really allowing other people to shine as well. That is beautiful. And in doing that, you also will be able to shine. Oh, it just looks so amazing. Learning those lessons along the way, right? Yeah. And so this here is Shanti, is the angel of peace. And so the more you can relinquish that control stuff, the more peaceful you will be. And everything then becomes much easier to accomplish or to do or to want, or, everything just becomes easier. And so then, the obstacles become less. It's not that they disappear completely. There will still be some there, but your attitude about them will be a lot easier. And so things just will happen in much a smoother way. Yeah. And so then, the kind of the cornerstone of the whole reading is that at the end, once you've done this learning, because new moon is definitely a time of learning and of starting new things and having a new attitude about things, a new perspective, that leads to victory. Isn't that beautiful? It leads to victory. And so just that picture they were just showing me with the whole group of people and everybody smiling, and everybody has such a feeling of accomplishment. And it's so much fun and cause for celebration. And that is victory. And so again, that is not only that group project. That is in everything that you're trying to do right now. The more positive you feel about it, the more you step back and relinquish the control over other things that you don't need control over. The more you manifest what exactly you want, and then the more peaceful you are, and leads to victory. So look at that. Everything does flow together after all. It's not just all fragmented, right? This is fabulous. Okay, so let's do one daily guidance card. There it is. See only love. Yeah, so back to the same, the energy of, when somebody else is accomplishing something on your behalf, to relinquish control of the details. Allow yourself to see how great everything is that they did. Allow yourself to realize that because it's not done exactly how you would have done it, doesn't mean it's not perfect, right? See only love. That's coming to you as well as what you are giving out. It's beautiful. And that spreads in the whole world. It increases your vibration, makes you feel better in general. Everything then becomes better. And so this spreads throughout the whole world. So there's yourself, and then it spreads to the people immediately around you. And then they feel the love, and then they're able to give a bit more of it. So then it spreads beyond them and continues until it has spread throughout the whole globe. And yes, you do have that power. You sure do. Every single one of us does. Okay, so let's leave that there. What a beautiful reading. If you can hang around for one more minute, I'll ask you to assist me with spreading that love and spreading that acceptance to the whole world. It's so beautiful. All the people are beautiful. Let's just help everybody to be healthy, help everyone to heal from current afflictions. And let's let the earth be healthy and the water be pure and the people be happy. That's beautiful. Thank you, Libra. I'll leave it there and I'll see you next time.